Welcome to another Backup recording. This is to help you with solving simultaneous equations, and for most of this video that's going to be by something called the elimination method. Okay, so this is our first question. We have two equations. The first one is x plus 2y equals 14, and the second is x plus y equals 8. Looking at both of these, I'm able to eliminate the x's straight away. I could double the second one to get 2y. However, straight away the x's can be eliminated. So the first thing I'm going to do here is very simply just do a column subtraction. So first of all, in the x columns, x takes x is no x's, I have nothing there. 2y, take away a y, will leave me with one y. 14 subtract the 8 leaves me with 6. So straight away I know y equals 6. If I know y equals 6, I can substitute that back into this equation here. So I know that x plus y equals 8. I also know that y equals 6. So x plus, and in this case it's going to be 6 instead of the y, has got to be equal to 8. Well, we can just see by inspection that's going to be 2. If you weren't too sure about that, you can just say, well, something add 6 is 8, 8 take away the 6 will be what you've got, 8 take 6 is 2, so x equals 2. So now I know that y equals 6 and x is equal to 2. I could double check this in the equation x plus 2y equals 14, which was the first equation I was given. And I've chosen this one this time because I've already used this one for my calculation, so I'm going to put it back in the original one to see how it goes. I know that x is 2 plus 2 lots of y, which was 6, has got to be equal to 14. 2 add 12 does indeed equal 14, so I'm correct. Okay, that was a simultaneous equation of the most simplest kind. Well, already you've been given two equations, the first one here and the second one there, where one of the variables has a coefficient, or the number in front, one of the letters is the same. So you can do a simple subtraction. Okay, let's look at a slightly more complicated issue. Okay, for the second one, our first equation, 2x minus y equals 13, and our second one, 18x plus 3y equals 9. Now in this case, these don't match. These don't match, and neither do these. However, I've got a negative there and a positive there. So I can eliminate later on by adding up, and I always prefer to add rather than subtract because I make less mistakes if I do that. Okay, first of all, I want to get these numbers in front of the y to be the same. Now I can triple everything in this equation. I'm going to call that equation 1 for the moment, and here I'm going to do equation 1 times by 3. Well, 2 times 3 would be 6, so that's 6 x's. 3 times minus 1 would give me minus 3. So that's minus 3y. And then 13 times by the 3 would be 39. So that all equals 39. So that's 3 times equation 1. In exactly the same proportions, so the values will be the same. I can now add that to the original second equation here. 18 add 6, that's going to give me 24, 24x. 3 add negative 3 is nothing, I've got no y's there, so it's just blank. 9 add 39 equals 48. So I'm left with the equation 24x equals 48. So x is going to be equal to 48 divided by 24, which of course is 2. So I know x equals 2. I'm now going to substitute that in equation 1. And equation 1 was 2x minus y was equal to 13. Well, I know x is 2. So 2 times 2, take away y, has got to be equal to 13. So 2 4 2's are 4, so 4 minus y equals 13. And this minus y is a bit of a problem here, maybe for some of you, maybe not for others, but let's just think about that. If I want to get rid of that minus y, I could add a y to each side. So I get 4 plus y will give me nothing, equals 13, add y. And I want to get this y by itself, so I could take 13 from both sides. That would leave me with y on this side. 4 subtract 13 is minus 9, so y equals minus 9. I could then substitute that back into this equation here and see what I get. So I know I'm going to sub in equation 2, and that is with x equals 2 and y equal to, as I just found out there, negative 9. There's the equation. Let's copy it out again so it's easy to substitute in. 18x plus 3y equals 9. So 18 times by the 2 plus 3 times by the minus 9 has got to be equal to 9. Well, that's going to be minus 27. 3 times 9 is minus 27. No, 3 times negative 9 is, sorry, minus 27. 2 18s is 36. 36 subtract 27 does indeed equal 9, so I'm not incorrect. Okay. You may have seen straight away here at this point when we had 4 minus y equals 13, you might have spotted me to do a negative 9 there. If you didn't, that was the method through there. Okay, let's look at the next question. Here I've got 3x minus 2y equals 9 and 10 minus 4y equals 14. Now I could times the top one by 10 to give me 30x and the bottom one by 3 to also give me 30x, and consequently times 3 by the correct amount. Now that's a lot of work. I'm probably better off trying to get that 2 to be a 4. So I'm going to start there with a 1 and a 2. So number 1 times by 2 is going to be equal to 6x, I'm just doubling, minus 4y equals 9. Right. I'm now just going to copy down number 2 as nearer to it than that is, because for this bit I want to be absolutely sure what we're going to do. I've got negative 4 there and negative 4 there. A lot of students here will think, well, I add them together to get rid of the y's, but you can't. You need to work out what you do to minus 4 and the minus 4 in order to get to 0. So 4 add a minus 4 will give you minus 8, so it can't be that. What about subtract? 4 minus minus 4 would indeed be 0. So I need to subtract these two equations. Now, let's just be careful. Here, I'm going to do 9 take away 14. That will give me a negative number. And here, 6 subtract 10 would also give me a negative number. That's not really a problem, but I could find a simpler way. I could actually do my calculation subtraction working upwards, because I'd still have negative 4 minus minus 4 is 0. Let's write that in. Negative 4 minus negative 4 would be 0. 14 minus 9, 14 subtract 9 is 5. And then on this side, 10 subtract 6 is also 4. Now I don't much like the look of that. I've got 4x equals 5, which is worrying me a little bit. I'm just going to go back and check I've done things correctly, and I haven't done things correctly at all. Looking back on here, I've made a mistake. Hopefully you spotted it before me. I was timesing this equation here by 2, and I was doing really well. 6. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to reach for my highlighter. If it's here. Nope, someone's stolen it. Okay, I shan't reach for that. It was at this point here that I went wrong. I'm just going to explain to you how I went wrong. Times by 2, times by 2. Whoops, I forgot to. That should have been 18 there. Okay. 10x subtract the 6x is 4x. Minus 4 minus a minus 4 is 0y. 14 minus 18 is indeed minus 4. Now that's looking a bit more promising. So x must be equal to minus 1. I now know x is minus 1. Let's put that into equation 1. Substitute into equation 1 with x equals minus 1. With equation 1, 3x minus 2y equals 9. 3 times minus 1 minus 2y equals 9. minus 3 minus 2y equals 9. I still don't like this minus bit here really, so I'm going to add 2y to both sides, plus 2y plus 2y. Minus 3 equals 9 plus 2y. Let's subtract the 9 from there. Minus 9 minus 9. That will give me minus 12 equals 2y. So y must be equal to minus 12 divided by 2, which is negative 6. Okay, I'm now going to substitute into equation 2. The reason I'm doing that is just to check that I've got it correct. So equation number 2, 10x minus 4y equaled 14. So 10 times minus 1 minus 4 times minus 6 equals 14. That's minus 10 minus negative 24 equals 14. Is that true? Minus 10 minus minus 14. I'm taking out the negative, so it's going to increase, be positive, so it's add 24 is indeed 14. So I am correct. There we go. Sorry about that mistake. It's quite nice in a way that I did it, because it's made you realise how you can check when you go wrong as well. I just didn't like the look of the 5x with the 4x with the 5. I'm about to check. Okay, we've got 2 more to do. Okay, this one. Again, this is ramping up the difficulty a tiny little bit more. I've got 2 equations here. I've got equation 1. You should be getting used to the method now, and equation 2. The x's don't match, the y's don't match, and those numbers don't match. Can't do anything to the 4 to get it to a 6. No. Can't do anything to 3 to get it to a 4. No. So in this case, I'm going to have to multiply both equations by a different number in order to get, in this case I'm going to choose the y's again, the y's to match. I could make the x matches. I could times that by 6 to give me 24x, and that by 4 to give me 24x. Or I could times that by 3 to give me 12x, and that by 2 to give me 12x. However, I think it's force of habit, I'm going to try and match these 2 numbers in front of y. So I'm going to do equation number 1 times by 4. And that will give me 16x plus 12y equals 5 times 4 is 20. After my mistake in the last question, it's going to go back and check it. Did I times it by 4? Yes. Have I times it by 4? Yes. Have I times it by 4? Yes. Equation 2, I'm now going to times by 3. 3 6s are 18, 3 4s are 12, and 4 4s are 6. Sorry, 3 4s are also 12. Nearly made a mistake again there. Okay. Right, let's have a little look here. Just double check I've done that correct. I was times it by 3. 3 6 is 18, 3 4s 12, 3 4s 12 again. Right, I want to eliminate the y's, so I need to do a subtraction. Let's just work out which way to do it. I'm just going to do it the normal way by subtracting downwards here. 10 take 12 is 8. 12 take 12 is 0, so I've got 0 y's. And then I've got 16 subtract 18 is minus 2, so minus 2x equals 8. So x is equal to 8 divided by negative 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, so x is minus 4. X is negative 4. I've now got to work out what y is. So I'm now going to sub in, that means substitute in equation 1, 4x plus 3y equals 5. Well, I now know x is minus 4. So 4 times minus 4 plus 3y has got to be equal to 5. 4 4s is 16, so negative 16 plus 3y equals 5. Now how do I get rid of that negative 16? I've got to add 16 to both sides, so plus 16 plus 16. That gives me 3y equals 16 added on to 5. Sorry, 21. That was only a silly mistake. 21. So y is going to be equal to 7. There we go. I can now check in 2. So sub in to equation 2, which from the top there was 6x plus 4y equals 4. Well, I now know x is minus 4. 6 times negative 4 plus 4 times 7 has got to be equal to 4. 6 times is minus 24. 6 4 is 24, plus times a minus is a minus. Plus 4 7 to 28 equals 4. Minus 4 plus 28 does indeed equal 4. So again, I know I'm correct. Okay, final question. Now, this is quite different. It is still a simultaneous equation. I've got my x's and my y's and a number. However, they are not nicely aligned for you. So in this question, you're going to have to do some rearrangement to line them up. I want the x and the y on one side and the number on the other. So they're lined up my x, y number type form. So, equation 1, equation 2. The y is already on this side of the equal sign. The first thing I'm going to do to make it a little easier is recopy equation 1 and then rewrite it with the equal sign lined up. Here they weren't lined up. Here I'm going to line them up. So I've got my y there, x plus 1. Now, I want my x on this side really, so to get rid of that I need to do a minus x. So I'm going to do a minus x on this side. This was equation 2 by the way, sorry. So I've now got minus x plus y, because it's a positive y, equal. That is equation 2. Let's go back now and rewrite that in the original form. So equation 1 was 4x minus 3y equals minus 2. I've now rearranged number 2 to give me negative x plus y equals 1. Okay, I'm going to times everything by 3 in equation 2, because then that will give me 3y and I could add them up. So equation 2 times by 3 is going to be minus 3x plus 3y equals 3. I've timed everything by 3. And now we're going to rewrite number 1 underneath it. Equation 1 was 4x minus 3y equals negative 2. And now I'm going to simply add those up. 3 add minus 2 is 1. 3 add minus 3 is 0. Y minus 3 add 4 is 1 as well. So x equals 1. I'm going to substitute that into 2. Y equals x plus 1. So y is equal to 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. I'm now going to substitute in equation 2. I know that y equals 2 and x equals 1. And equation 1. 4x minus 3y equals minus 2. X is 1. 4 times 2 minus 3 times y. Done it again. 4 times 1, x is 1. Times 3 times 2, y is 2. That's got to equal to minus 2. That's 4, subtract 6, does indeed equal minus 2. I know I'm correct. Okay, that's solving this by elimination. I'm just going to show you the very last thing here. The other technique, where you can solve by substitution. So I'm just going to rewrite them out again in a minute. 4x minus 3y equals minus 2. You also know that y equals x plus 1. So y is equal to just that x plus 1. That's my equation 1. That's equation 2. Now I know what y is. It's x plus 1. So I can rewrite equation 1 as 4x minus 3 times. Now in this case, I know that y is x plus 1. So just write the x plus 1 has got to be equal to minus 2. All I've done is swap that y for x plus 1 and written it in there. Don't forget it's minus 3 times all of that. Let's times this bracket out. I'm just going to draw it in a box there so we're sure what we're doing. 4x take away 3x, 3 times 3 plus 3 equals minus 2. Okay, so I've now got 4x minus 3x is 1x. Minus plus 3 is minus 3 equals minus 2. So x minus 3 equals minus 2. I need to add 3 to both sides. That will give me x equals 1. And from before, down in this question we did, I knew x was 1. So I already know I'm on the right track because I've done this before. But if I hadn't done that before, I'd now got x equals 1. I also know that y equals x plus 1. I'm told that in equation 2. So y is equal to 1 plus 1, so y equals 2. I can then substitute it in 1 to check if I'm right. Equation 1 was 4x minus 3y equals minus 2. Well, I know y is 2, so minus 3, 2 minus 2 there, and the x I worked out was 1. 4 times 1, 4 ones are 4, minus 3 times 2 is 6, does indeed equal minus 2, so I know I'm right. Okay, hope that's been useful to you. Do check in and look at the back of the net recordings. Thank you very much.